March 10th, 2021 Historic District Commission meeting to order. And I will entertain a motion to adopt the agenda as revised.
I'll make the motion to adopt the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Has everyone had an opportunity to read the minutes? Are there any additions or corrections from the minutes of our last meeting, which is November?
No.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes, please.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, thank you. It's a meeting where we, have election of officers, and I will open, nominations for chair.
I'll nominate Carol Rose as chair.
Second that motion.
Are there any other people that would love this job?
Is Carol allowed to say yea
My husband's not gonna be very happy with me when he's done. I'll open nominations for vice chair.
Robert, I'd like to nominate Robert to take that responsibility.
And I'll second, yeah.
Robert, you do it again, please.
No problem.
All right, the slate is myself for chair and Robert for vice chair. How does the board vote? Okay. All right. Glasses are steaming up here. Case number 3-10-21-01. Alyssa, come on down, how are you? Oh, good, good. We're glad to see you. I believe everyone's had the opportunity to look at the sign that you left with Dave. Is that correct, everybody? Okay. Robert will go around, okay, with the comments that we have for her about the sign.
Carol, I just didn't understand, the two different, we have her explain first?
Oh, okay, yeah. Was it two choices, 1 and 2, or?
Yes, and I heard rumblings about the material, so it's impossible to put that design in that place without a hard material, so I'm just, in the essence of time, let's just discuss the second design, which is.
Okay, the second. Yeah, that material, that we all felt of it, and we're not so sure in the wind,
Yeah.
especially that it would hold up, so.
I love the lettering you've done there, Alyssa. It's very neon looking.
Classic.
Classic.
Yeah.
Going with the brick and all. I like it a lot.
Thank you.
Which sign would you mentioned?
Where it says Mermaid Museum.
The second one, the
Yeah.
second one.
The second page, yeah.
And then if I wanted to put like an arrow or a hand or something, or the word upstairs, would I have to come back again?
Where would you want to put it?
Sort of like under and to the right of museum?
I was gonna, when I first saw this, I liked it, but I was thinking an arrow or something would be good.
I think you need one, so.
You know that classic, so some of the hands that are like old fashioned looking.
Yeah, yeah.
like Finger pointing. or
Exactly.
A hand with a finger pointing over.
Well, you've got that artistic ability, I would be all right with what you would, you're not gonna have any giant big, I know that, so.
Okay.
Alright, well, let's, Robert, do you have questions about the?
After our conversations, when we first saw the sign, I saw the sign at the building department. I kinda liked the original one. My question was the durability of the material. And I think it's a little bit more artsy. It's not as, this one to me might be a little bit too commercial for the town. This one here looks a little bit more artistic, and if it's anchored properly, I think that when the wind blows behind it, it creates like a little wavy motion. I think it would look, to me, it enhances
Like a
the
mermaid
town.
going through the water?
Yeah, exactly. I think it would be a better looking sign for the side of the building, and it gives that more of the artistic look to the town. That's just my opinion on that, but that's how I feel.
Maybe I'll do both.
Did you go over there to see, like if she tried to anchor up?
If
I
you
know
anchor
they were
it,
there.
not just on top, if you anchor it on top, the bottom, and maybe 2 slight anchors in the center, So when the wind gets behind it, it creates like a wavy pattern to it. It doesn't look so solid. You can't just keep it hanging from the top because it would blow like a flag. It's windy down that street.
Yeah.
And you don't want it blowing like a flag and it might be ripped off the building. But if you anchor it properly, I think giving a little bit of a wavy effect to me, I think would be a nice look.
Robert, I think when it was first that the owners of the building didn't want to put any more anchors
No,
in.
absolutely not,
And there
no.
was anchors already there, and I think they're showing, if you look,
To the left,
But doesn't that need anchors?
yes, yeah.
Oh, yeah, what,
But if
how
you-
were you, how were you gonna put,
I was just gonna leave that up to Sunsigns, if David and Sue Lane.
No matter which way it goes, when you need anchors.
But I can't
Yeah.
have a hard material on that, on the vertical, because of that brick coming up.
No, it's nice though, because it's laying over that column and a little bit of air can get behind it. It gives it a nice little effect.
I like both of them, but I would disagree about this is a commercial building, and this is so retro and old school. I think it's cool. Like,
well, have you discussed with the owner of the building about how you look at those,
I mean, I'm guessing it's just on each four corner. You mean with Gail?
yeah, were you gonna put more?
I just sent her a picture and she said, all the best to you.
So that means she doesn't care how many anchors you put in.
Right. I mean, Dreamweaver has four there.
Okay. That's between you and your landlord, so it really doesn't have anything to do with us, I guess.
which sign do you want to,
I'm kind of now leaning towards this one.
this one?
Yeah.
I like it.
I like this better, and I think it will, it'll be something you won't have to worry about.
I agree
It's
with
gonna be more
Amanda
secure.
too. You definitely wanna have some, people know where to go,
Yeah.
that kind of thing, not like, oh, where's this? Do I go to the front door, do I go
Right,
here?
or even if it's just like a design
Yeah.
instead of an actual place.
I do like your arrangement, to get great business cards,
Yeah.
going other ways you can, maybe inside.
That's on the door from the inside now.
Okay.
Nornie, what?
I like this one, I like the one that we're discussing now, the second one. And just as far as with an arrow or something like that, I would entertain approving of some sort, or to where, if you could tell us where exactly it would go on here, in between the doors or over underneath museum.
I think under the EUM of the.
So you're the
museum.
last door over, right? The other door goes.
Yeah. But that other door isn't functioning.
Or you could put like a hanging sign by the door too, a small hanging sign to show the entrance. That's not a problem.
Yeah, I think you're clever, I think you'll come up with something.
Thank you.
That will work.
Yeah, I don't have any problem, I like this one here, I think it can be anchored, secured to the building, yeah, I think that.
Go up the street like this.
Okay, well, if no one else has any more questions, let's go ahead, someone make a motion to approve, the second sign that she has here, and, please.
I'll make a motion to approve number 3-10-21-01. The way it's presented, but with the addition of an arrow or a pointing finger or something to direct you to the entrance.
Okay, second,
I'll second that motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Let us know when you're open, we're all
Yeah.
excited about seeing what you're doing.
Thank you, the 27th of this month.
27, okay, very good.
You'll be the only mermaid museum around, I know.
In the world.
Oh, in the world.
Oh, in the world, that's
Yeah,
even
that's
better.
good. The one and only, it's gonna be all great.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank
Thanks,
you.
Lois.
Thank you for your patience through this pandemic of not having a meeting.
Sure, all good, thank you.
You're welcome.
So family friendly, in this day and age, you never know what somebody wants to bring to town, it's nice to have something. So, family friendly.
It's nice to have different things.
Very. It's not a shopping center for sure.
The next item was gonna be Mr. Barry Crumble.
for the seafood market.
Yeah, but he's detained, so we'll have,
That's fine.
Ivy said she could represent it because she's worked with him on all of this.
Well, I have two, so I
So,
told
okay.
him, so that's
But we'll,
fine,
but we'll go ahead since he's not here, and we'll let Hunter present her application.
Okay, so we are with, application 3-10-21-03, and I am over the moon about this project. So, Ms. Hunter, will you tell the folks what you're planning to do and the drive-through at the old PNC Bank?
Yes, so the idea is to put more of like a, I guess you could think of like a farm stand kind of situation in the drive-through section. And we'd like to call it Mother Flowers. And at this location, it's more of a mobile retail space because we don't really want to, I guess, mess with any integrity of the buildings that are existing right now until we know how this will work out with everything going on, and it's kind of more fluid, I think, to be flexible. So that's the idea. We want to do flowers, locally grown flowers, hopefully some locally grown produce available there. There's some images that kind of show an example. So there'll be like a window open to the public where you can purchase items. We also want to have like more of like a garden center, so pots and soil, things like that.
It's so nice, Hunter, I was thinking that asphalt, concrete, to bring in greenery, to bring in that little, where people are just so drawn like a little village square, drawn to a little park.
Yeah,
Like gives you the vision of like a little park or something. I love that idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I know when Mike purchased the building, we had talked about eventually bricking that area, and so she's gonna re-landscape the front of it, and, her concept like a French outdoor flower mart,
Mhm.
something like that.
Something very European, looking, where you have your, the display of flowers and
It's like a little teeny
Yeah.
park, a handkerchief park in the middle of, all the buildings.
Pocket Park, it's called.
Yeah.
yes, thank you.
And she's planning on the tables and chairs where, where people would get a cup of coffee from steak dessert or something and sit, they're gonna still be there. the
Yes,
tables.
oh yeah, so, we'd like to have it open to everyone, we're not gonna say
And
only.
it's nice for the bakery that it's bringing more people, look what's right next door.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm,
Gives them more profile too.
yeah.
Very clever idea, I love it.
I think it's an ideal for that location, serious, I just think it's
How
amazing.
fast can you get it open is my question.
Well, I've got a lot of things in order.
I bet you do. No, I love
Waiting
it.
to hear from all of
Yeah.
you.
I love it.
Very, very, very excited about this, it's really gonna be beautiful.
Thank you.
Nornie, do you have any questions?
Just the only thing that you'll be constructing is the cart, is that?
Yeah, so the cart is the only thing, and it will be removable, so it'll be on wheels. And we're gonna have it look very similar to the picture there. So we have a window, we're just gonna put the window into the cart. And then I'll have displayed items that can be movable as well.
And you say this cart will be on wheels, will it stay there, it's gonna store, you're not gonna move it?
I would like for it to stay there, but if there's any issue where I would have to move it, then we can move it. But yeah, I would like for it to be pretty much there all the time.
I think it should be, I think we should approve it,
Mhm.
that it's there, and if you need to move it, then that's up to you.
Right, okay.
And I can't see the need to have you every day bring it back and forth, I don't think that's
Yeah, it would be a lot of work.
Yeah.
So is it gonna look more like this?
Yep, it's gonna look just like that. The exterior of the cart that we have is white. But we're thinking about having terracotta on the white popping and the natural wood border and the greenery, of course. So,
And you'll be able to open
Yeah, we'll be able to open the back, so it'll be very open air. So with COVID happening right now, it's a smaller space, but it'll be open and will limit, you know. It's also shorter, so it'll, that height would also restrict so many people from coming in.
Also, if it ends up being like cooler out for the people that are working there, you could at least maybe
Yeah,
close it or something.
yeah, more of like a shelter. If it starts raining or anything like that, we can.
So then that'll be there plus this?
That's kind of an idea of what I'm thinking for the displays on the outside, that we could easily, with not the top portion of it, wheel in and out of
Yeah.
the cart itself, so we would have, you know, greenery and plants or pots, or that'll be something outside.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I think we discussed when you were in, for the application, it's not gonna be on Sundays when the farmer's
yes.
market is open, correct?
Yeah, so we were thinking about maybe opening a little later in the day, to allow for the farmer's market to take place, because this is, I guess this is more of like a permanent farmer's market idea. We're gonna try to source things from, a lot of the local farmers, flower farmers and produce farmers, but then to be closed during the hours of the market. I think that runs till 3, so we were thinking maybe open.
Till 1.
Till one.
So
Oh,
you're
till
fine,
1,
yeah.
okay. So maybe opening
And I just
around
wanted
1.
them to be aware,
Thank
because you
you.
and I had talked that way.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Ivy's here and she runs the
Hi,
farmer's
Ivy.
Hi, Hunter.
So I just wanted that, you know,
Yeah, and
Thank you so
some,
much.
there are people that are not able to get to the farmer's market or get there every week and to be able to get fresh vegetables anytime you want is good. So, does anybody else have any questions? And if not, we'll go ahead and,
I think it's a very welcome idea for that spot. I like it.
Thank you.
People riding their bikes and coming by and being able to put their bike in there and stop and get something to drink.
So you'll ride your bicycle up there?
The only other thing I would suggest, Hunter, that you would do is put a surveillance camera on this.
Yes, that's something.
There's a lot of mischief,
That's a good
there's a
idea.
lot of mischief kids that roam the town, so.
Yeah,
That's true.
thank you
Yeah.
for that
Yeah, I would-
suggestion.
All right, someone want to make a motion?
Laura, I'll make the motion to approve 3-10-21-03 as presented.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We'll get to working on this.
I hate to dance around, thanks, Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
But maybe, I think the Davises might be a little longer with the house, so
Do you want to just go ahead and do
the fish market signage.
I'm fine because I've already looked at I've looked at it and talked to him.
Okay, so
So,
that's,
okay, since the gentleman cannot be here and he does have another business, I think that's probably why he's hung up. This is the, proposed sign to go on the seafood market, over here on Pitt Street. And, this will be his hanging sign, right, Dave? The hanging sign right in
Yeah.
front, yeah.
Yep.
So, does anyone have any questions about the design or,
he's got 2. One's a wall sign that's a 5 foot by 5 foot,
uh-huh,
and then the hanging sign over the sidewalk, I think is 24 inches by 24 inches.
Yep, 2 by 2, 2 by 2.
I told him he'd have to check with you, Dave,
Is
on
that the whole
size.
space there, Dave, that whole space for Goober's Inn, or am I totally mistaken?
He's not in Gables
It's up
area.
one.
He's where
Where the train shop used to be?
Oh, it's up one, okay,
Yeah.
knew somebody else was interested, yeah, okay.
Right.
Well, that's a perfect little size.
So, and then, you know, he provided his
I like the sign.
artwork.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And he has talked, and I know he talked with Chairman Rhodes about the possibility of a mural on that blank wall that kind of goes in that alleyway.
Oh, William C.D., back to William C.D.
Correct. So, but he's not ready for that yet. He's got some artwork being done by, I think, the same guy who did these, right? Yeah.
Cause see, we approved something like that a long time ago.
Yeah.
For, arts and entertainment, it's not ever been done yet, but, it might be nice, depending on what he, what he.
So where's the wall sign going? On the side of the
Right
building?
down the side, like, if you took down the Taylor Bank, if you took that other
Gotcha.
building, yeah.
Okay, well, if no one else has any, questions or issues, let's go ahead and approve this for the gentleman.
I'll make a motion to approve case 3-10-21-02, for both signs.
I'll second it.
All right, all in favor? Ivy, you can let him know, or.
Thanks, Carol.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, then we can finish with, Mr. Davis.
Yep, I'll go get it.
Is Aaron still, is she coming in also?
No, she decided not to do it after working with the program.
They're not gonna do this project until we determine.
We got an email last evening about that. Or yes, sometime yesterday. Okay, Washington Street's really having a revival, isn't it? From one end to the other.
By the table up here.
Right there, gentlemen.
Welcome, welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening. Bob, I'm just gonna let you start and explain what needs to be explained, and if anybody has a question, just, kind of let him know as we go through. I think that's the easiest, quickest way.
You've seen a copy of all the elevations,
Yes,
the old and the new proposed, and you've seen the window. So our windows are Marvin, what do they call them now? They're-
Integrity, are they not?
Well, they used to be called Integrity, they changed the name this year. They're Element, and, they're simulated true divided lights, and we have the grills as per the plan, on the elevation there. So they're a fiberglass window with a wood Ultrex interior, that's what they are. It's a really very nice window. The siding is gonna be the Hardy, lap siding. And, the roofing is gonna be the GAF architectural roof shingles here. I have a sample of the black ones.
perfect.
Okay,
Mhm.
and,
That's, I'll get it around for them.
okay.
Which one did you say? It's charcoal or?
The charcoal, the black.
We can see from up here, I believe, is that right? Yeah, thank you, Dave.
And then Hardy,
The Hardy siding is gonna be what we use on, you can see we've stripped everything, the attempt to try to reuse the existing was
Is
just,
that like a vinyl siding?
no, that's not vinyl,
fiber
it's a
fiber
cement,
cement.
Fiber cement?
Yeah.
it's a fiber cement product.
And you're gonna get it primed and paint it, or you're gonna pick one of these colors?
We'll probably paint in the spring.
You're gonna paint it yourself, but you're gonna get the prime product, right?
We're buying the product primed, correct. Yeah.
Texture wise, that's.
Probably the other thing that you have in the packet there is the pictures of the columns that we wanna use, and I brought the railing design that we're gonna replace, because the railings are in pretty bad disrepair.
Yeah.
So, this is actually a composite material, so it comes white, it's gonna stay white, and, it's gonna stay that way. It's almost like a vinyl product, but we don't have all the fittings, that make it look, less attractive where they need the columns and whatnot.
Your columns, are they gonna be vinyl clad, or are they gonna be the,
They're the same material.
okay, good, okay.
If that's what my concern is the column, do I bring it up now as we go along?
Yes, that's what you're talking about, go right ahead.
That's the one thing that I think, when I look at the plans, Victorian houses almost always have turned columns. And this one that you're using is just not Victorian at all, and I don't think that, you should be adding the bric-a-brac but I feel like there should be something that lends itself to the Victorian look.
One of the questions, one of the things I think is to keep in mind is that the house is not a Victorian home. It's a Queen Anne style. And the difference between the Queen Anne style and Victorian had a lot of the gingerbread that you're used to
Yes.
seeing has a
But
turn
this
column.
did have the return columns, and the houses in this Queen Anne style then always have this turn.
Well, that was my point. They all don't have that all the time. The Queen Anne style, the square columns that we're using, I think are more in keeping to the style of the house, and that it mirrors the trims that you see across the fascia, the trim work that's all around the exterior of the house, which is also square. So this kind of mirrors that same general
Like
look.
1914 little, the Queen Anne period with Victorian, I think it's like 1914 somewhere in there, is that right after the turn of the century?
I don't know the dates.
I feel like-
do know that the Victorian was much more ornate.
Right.
Well, pardon me for using the wrong term, but the house had those turn columns though, is what I'm saying, and almost always it had these. I looked beforehand, and I'm just bringing this up because I don't feel that it should be, ornate, but I'm just wanted to discuss it, and I'm not saying, I feel that it has to be turned, but I just wanted everybody to be aware that that's gonna change the look of that house. See where this was the turn in, and they're changing to this. You see what it's gonna change the look of the house. Do you see, Robert, what I'm talking about?
No, I'm kinda lost here.
Mr. Davis,
Yes,
can you
you have-
just explain why you decided to change from what's there to something different?
So like this.
Well, we
is
wanted
what it was.
something that was a little more substantial. If you look at the picture, at the bottom of the screen, and that square trim material is used throughout the house. You can see it across this top frieze, at the peak of the house.
Yes, I
You
see.
see it at the bottom, and the square columns more, I think are more attractive, more appealing in that it mirrors that same angular look that the house already has.
Trying to get a more substantial, the beefier look.
I love those beefy square columns too. I use them myself, but it doesn't, I'm just saying it changes the look of that house to a different style.
Does she have the same picture that I have that shows the bottom edge on your screen here? See what they're saying is, see,
Oh, I see what they're
Yeah.
saying. And when you use these other columns that they want to use, it does look beefier, and it is a big house, and that's more like updated.
Well, it's also gonna look different than the picture you're looking at, because the picture, and again, that's the only historical picture I could ever find as well. And you'll notice that there are no railings on the house.
What year does it say the house was built?
1893.
Oh, okay.
Well, this one's showing railings.
That's current, that's not the historical.
Oh, you're talking,
I should have brought my book, Robert, you didn't bring your book, did you?
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
I studied
because
all at home.
I have that.
Certainly, there's been a lot of changes over time in the house, and at what time railings were or were not installed, and what time, I couldn't guarantee that those spindle columns are original to the house either.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't believe that, yeah.
but it wouldn't have had this, it would have had this something similar, because I looked up at all the houses in that age, before here, because it's the first thing I thought of when I saw that big beefy column. I thought, oh, that doesn't look like it fits the style of the house.
You go back to Cape May, if anyone's ever
Yeah,
spent any time.
Like all those
walking
old
down.
painted ladies and.
Well,
It's
we
a little
actually,
very, because that period covers a very popular time, in architecture, in this
we
country.
actually went up to and drove down one of the streets along the water in Lewis. And there's quite a number of houses along
Right,
the water that
now there.
are that Victorian,
Right.
Queen Anne
Right
style.
there on
And if
Second
you look at
Street.
there are several houses that
wouldn't care.
I was
I
gonna
mean,
say,
whatever you do
it's
is
gonna
gonna
look
make
a
the
lot
house,
different over time.
it's gonna make it, you know, but I'm just,
No, go ahead.
you know, doing due diligence for being on the historic commission, bringing up historic.
That's exactly, yes, yes, absolutely. All right, Robert, well, Robert, so let's keep going, Bob.
No, I was gonna,
That-
compare this with, another house that I know a little bit of history of, like, for example, the Robin's Nest in the corner of West and Broad. That porch supposedly was added later,
And that wasn't, there's columns,
but like before.
it should have been a
historic
two-story,
district.
right?
Yeah, that porch, that whole porch was added later.
Yeah.
That house did not even have a porch, nor did it even have those columns.
I think it was the late eighties,
Yeah,
around there.
so I'm just bringing that out to make a comparison, so, you know, I don't know how much of a big issue it would be if we decided to go with it.
But that house is in a historic district either, so, that's one, it's not part of it, of the historic district. It should be, but it's not. It's one of the oldest towns in town. Okay, well, yeah, we'll continue, and we'll come back around when you get it all finished.
It's our intent on the, what's the name of the street, the street on the side?
Church.
The Washington Street side, there are stained glass windows in the stair tower there,
Right,
and we are replacing the windows, but we're gonna retain the stained glass to keep that look in that stair tower. We are able to do that there, but the glass on the front of the house, those wide windows, we couldn't do that with them, so, you'll see on the new elevations that we have the panes of glass, you know, just like we have over here.
right.
We just can't get a window that's functional that's that big. And those windows didn't function there anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think that's an issue for
So I
anyone.
really think that those two items are probably the biggest, if you wanna call them changes. Everything else, we don't really, we're finding stuff that we have to fix, of course, along the way. We open up the ceiling, there's rot, and
Yeah.
we open up the floor, there's rot, but,
Well, the thing with the historic district is, if you get ready, you know, to do something that we've approved and you know there may be some little issue, call Dave. I mean, and Dave gets up with us, we don't wanna hold anybody up,
well, thank
you know, especially when it's gonna be their primary residence, so, we're very willing to work with you, you know, any way we can, we just,
Appreciate
you know, don't do something different and then, you know, let us know afterwards.
I think I know the answer to this, but you, hardy siding, but the trim boards, let's say around windows and doors, is gonna be what material?
So it's gonna be AZAC material.
Okay. Another composite, so they
Yeah,
know.
another
Yeah.
composite, except on some of the deeper windows, we were just with the Hardy rep this last week, and we're gonna try to use a deeper one that mimics what we have there right now.
Uh-huh.
We're not gonna be able to do that on the stair tower and the bump outs on the side, because they essentially become one piece.
Mhm.
But on the, flat walls where there's just siding, we do think we're gonna be able to do that. It's a little bit more substantial,
Mhm.
That's gonna look nice,
yeah.
okay.
It is
I'm
nice.
so glad you're removing those weird windows off of the back. Like, you know, the back view is,
They were not in keeping with Queen Anne orders or
every time I would drive down Washington Street, I thought, why?
And neither were the boarded up windows, were
Yeah, no.
keeping with it.
But, how come there won't be any windows? It just looks like there's a window there.
It's gonna be bathroom on the
Oh.
inside, so we've added a window on the side to get light into that room.
Gotcha.
But just for the,
I just was asking.
sure,
Was that the old Mr. Key's house?
it was.
There was a,
Yeah.
Key's, because my husband's shop right there. I was thinking, I'm not from, I remember he talked about this, Mr. Key's in the house.
Yeah, the Keys family were the family that originally built the house.
Yeah, they had housekeeper
Right.
lived there. And like,
Ronan.
After meetings, they say that's the neighborhood over the days, yeah. Well, it's nice to see the house get some loving care, because since I lived here,
It's not,
it has
it
not had that, and, yeah.
And it's such a main, it's right there on Main Street, you know, so you're doing it such a service to really to us.
My wife and I have enjoyed reading and learning the history of the house and the family, and where they came from, and the different history.
I mean, even when I was growing up, and, I'm old, it was run down, you know, so this is huge.
Mr. Keith had a housekeeper, so I think of the day, when he was older, was, well, he older, took care of it after that.
Well, hopefully with Bob's help, it'll last another
Yeah,
100
now I was saying
years.
for some of those old houses, you have to be a certain personality, as we who live in houses we've restored, it's a life of its own. Yeah, I'm very happy to taking the interest in.
Alright, well, look at that now, is everyone okay with the roofing, shingle, material and so forth? Is that okay with everyone? Anyone have a question about that? Okay. The hardy siding, they've shown us, everyone's okay with that, right? Alright, the window, I think we've all had agreed the window that you brought was perfect, right, everyone? Okay, the porch that
Oh,
was
yeah.
chosen, is everyone okay with this? Okay, and now I guess the columns are the last thing that,
We're even gonna keep that round, we're following the curve.
I just felt like I wanted to bring it up because it's my due diligence. I think that, I'm fine with the phones.
okay, alright, if everyone else is okay, then I believe everyone is fine with everything you brought. So, let's have a motion to approve.
Because I think that what you did making such a huge, beautiful, renovation, so.
Alright,
I make the motion to approve case 310-21-4.
I'll second it.
all in favor? Aye. And I say, you got Dave's number, my number, anything, please.
And my mother's next door, and she's
Yeah,
very
she's-
happy to. You're a good man doing your work.
I'm only 6
I
days.
do, I'm already.
Well, thank you all very much, we appreciate it.
You're very welcome, you tell your wife we said hi.
Certainly will, thank you.
Alright, we are all gonna want a tour when you get done.
Oh, I don't know.
I wanted to see it before, but I never got over it.
Well, I mean, that's not been,
What are you saying?
You just like challenges, huh?
Yeah.
You got it, did you really?
That's
See how strong you really are,
Oh,
right?
you're the, I got
Your
the
friends.
challenge.
And,
Thank you.
Thank you so
and
much,
don't think
appreciate
Bob
your
and don't too Glenn.
presentation, really so well
Bob, you make
prepared.
Bob carry.
I'll get the window.
Carol wasn't the one place in town you could put a sled on.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
And where the water tower used to be off of Fountain Avenue, that's where we always sledded.
Okay.
Well, 'cause that road down was, if it was really, we sled there, but yeah, a lot of people sledded.
South Main Street people.
Uh-huh.
I stood in front of this house. That was-
What?
Yeah, that's what we were saying, yeah.
Do you wanna talk about facade?
Sure.
Does Ivy
Be the
have
staff.
something? I'm sorry, Ivy, did
She
you?
wanted to just address you while we had staff comments.
Okay, well, I'm not there yet.
I know.
Okay, comments from the public, and our public is our dear sweet Charlene, who we're so glad to see.
Yep.
Charlene, and comments, questions?
No comments, thank you.
All right, thank you. Comments from the chairman, yes, Dave, we need to have for the April meeting, the Globe has put in their beautiful outside lights and, the entrance, but they haven't been approved. So we need to get them to, get over here in April. Has anyone, oh, I know you've seen them, they look very beautiful,
Yeah.
but we gotta get them approved, so, and then we've got two businesses uptown that have just, or one's put up a new sign a while ago that we've been trying to get them here, and then there's another business uptown that's just put up a sign. We
I'm aware.
just need to approve them, they look beautiful, but they gotta be approved, so,
Which ones do they, Caroline?
The flower shop, the flower shop on 10th Street, they changed their name and everything, and it's been over a year, we've been trying to get them here to, get it approved. And then there's one on Main Street that has the children's place, they put up a new sign, it's beautiful.
Our
but we
little
just need to
kids,
get it.
Oh, Emily? Uh-huh.
Coming for formality.
Yeah, just, yeah,
You can get it on record.
yeah, there's no fee to fill out a form or anything, but we just, I mean, it's in the code, it's not because I want it, it's in the code.
Dave, are all our businesses filled up right now? Are all the shops?
Yeah, yes. Except for the Burley Tavern, there's a few people vying for that location, so they just haven't made a decision on which party will be able to take that over.
Okay, before we get, let's see, that's all I had, so staff, Ivy, well, I think while you're sitting right there,
Sure.
the restaurant that took over Finn's.
The Sterling Tavern.
Yeah, make sure they know that they not put up a sign till, you know.
Right, they came and talked with Dave the other day, so
Yes.
they're,
Are we gonna have a new restaurant there?
sent them all the paperwork, so they're,
open, my brother said the whole place outside.
it's
was
still
full.
Finn's.
Oh, it's still.
It's
Finn's.
still Finn's.
Oh, okay.
Right, still
Somebody
Finn's.
had a lease that came due or just came up, or someone taking a lease over?
Yes.
Someone bought the building, right?
No, the building has not been sold. Mr. Girardi still owns that building.
Okay.
They're just taking over the lease and starting a new restaurant there. It's a family restaurant that it exists, that is current. I don't know if it's current or if it used to be in Delaware. It's a family restaurant, so, and he's,
Like Coastal Delaware, like Dover, or you don't know?
I'm not sure.
The name sounds like something in Dover or something.
Definitely not coastal Delaware.
Okay, all right.
Well, we don't have anything really like that.
It's gonna be a seafood restaurant.
Oh, seafood,
Mhm.
okay.
Who's supposed to Sterling one?
Sterling Tavern.
The Sterling Tavern.
Yeah, they were in to get all the sign information from
Mhm.
me Carol
Perfect.
yesterday.
Ivy, so,
Perfect.
you know when they're gonna open?
It's
Soon.
open May 1st.
Obviously when they get everything approved and,
Okay,
First.
mhm.
all right, Ivy, you have something you wanted to?
Right, Dave asked me if I should bring up that we just heard from Governor Hogan that Berlin did receive additional $50,000 for facade grant funding. So anyone who wants to make improvements in their downtown commercial district, they can once again apply for facade grant funding. That program is so popular that we literally ran out of money. So that's why when community legacy funding came up again, we reapplied it's almost been a year, and just found out yesterday that we did receive that grant. So we're pretty happy about that. And I know I have a few applications that have been waiting to see if we receive funding for that. So that's good.
The whole 190 some that we got is gone, you used all that?
No, that's a separate grant. That's the Maryland Main Street grant just for COVID.
Oh, okay.
Relief.
Oh, okay.
And this is the facade grant program that the town has been offering for several years.
Okay,
And
okay.
so what happens is we apply to the state for that funding, then they allocate that funding for us, and then we turn in applications, and then they reimburse us for those grants.
So that's great, that's
Mhm.
terrific.
Yeah, 100%, yes, they could apply for both, and one could complement the other.
When they applied for, was there like a maximum that it was like a 10,000 maximum?
For the Main Street grant,
Yeah.
right, the minimum was 2,500, maximum is 10,000, and that deadline is March 19th. We've already received over 30 applications. So I already told Dave and Carolyn, I said, it's gonna start filling up because people have been applying for awnings, yeah.
Didn't you tell me that you were gonna take them all, and so it didn't matter how soon you got them in?
Oh, right, it's not first come, first serve. So the deadline's March 19th, and then we have several review committees. We have a local review committee, and then also with folks from the Maryland Main Street program will also do the reviewing for the grants.
Okay, good.
And there's a variety of things that people needed. I mean, we asked the business community, what they needed before we wrote the application to ensure that we included that in the grant. So if they applied for that, that would count.
Very good.
So I just wanted to bring that up.
And the facade grant, separate grant program. A lot of times, that's what comes before your panel.
Uh-huh.
Because it's an improvement to the building, to the physical structure, and you know, for downtown or the historic district. One example that always sticks in my mind, do you remember the Church Mouse several years ago?
Yep.
They had a carpenter custom make their screen
Screen
doors
door.
for the front of the building, and you approved it, you know, just because it had to match it, and they're still there, and that was, to me, that was a small grant, but it made a huge difference for that building.
Yeah, the facade grant has been used to help Art in the Fields with their entire facade. Remember
Right,
that?
Right, uh-huh.
Is that still?
Jeffrey Oxer used a facade grant to build his apartment above his shop.
Right.
And also just to note, that the facade grant is only available, is only approved if, Maryland Historic Trust approves it. So once they send me the application, I send it to MHT, and if they don't approve it, then they don't get the grant funding. So it's every single application is approved by MHT first.
You know, one thing that John was thinking for the Atlantic Hotel is uplighting the hotel from the porch roofs.
That could be applied for in the facade grant.
It could.
And it's a 1-to-1 matching grant, so it's 50%. The applicant actually pays for it in advance, and then they submit the receipts and invoices to me, and then we issue them a check for 50%.
Okay.
It's a good deal for the property owners
Do
and
you all think that-
emergents, it's always been a good deal.
That would look cool for the Atlantic, what, does everybody else think that? Like if it was uplit, like lit up a little.
And the original, you guys you love this, the original intent of facade grant, the facade grant program was because in a historic district, it's a little bit more expensive to make the improvements that you need to, with windows and with a variety of things. So this was to help offset some of the costs that the business or property owner would have to make in order to adhere to those regulations.
Awesome. When's that one due, the facade grant?
What?
When is the facade grant due?
No, that's an ongoing program until the money runs out. So we're getting ready to get an additional $50,000. So depending on how many applications we get, the max is $10,000.
Okay. Awesome, thank you.
Anyone else have any questions for Ivy?
Good job, Ivy.
Thank you.
Yes,
What about
always.
the Art in the Fields, is that still gonna be there?
Oh yeah,
It looks like kind of abandoned.
they've put in an application for the Main Street grant. So
Okay, good. That means it, I think.
yeah, I've received 30 plus applications for that grant so far, for some really interesting improvements for downtown.
Good.
Okay, anybody else on the board that has, anything there to say, or,
Lots going on.
and Dave, Carolyn, anything you need to?
No, I think we're good.
Thank you all for,
Thank you all for returning to the fold here, yeah.
it's wonderful to be back and see everybody and see Charlene and see Ivy. I think Ivy, I may have seen you like one time or something.
When I was riding my bike, I think.
That's right.
I was riding my bike and I saw you.
So, this is great, and I appreciate the couple little things we had to do by email. Everybody, that was good.
Yep.
So I think we're good to go. And
Motion
I will
to-
call for, a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Okay, very good. Thank you,
Thank you all.
Ivy, for, taking.
Thank you, Carolyn, thank you.